Hey everybody, Brett with the Indie Comic Dispatch here, and I'm really excited for this. I got an advanced copy of Nightfall #1, the new crossover event from Wingless Comics, Constant Hustle Comics, and Concept Moon Studios. I've been waiting for this event since like May, so I was so honored when Brian Lambert from Wingless Comics sent me an advance copy to read and to see what the fuss was all about. Now, this issue, Nightfall #1, is currently on Kickstarter, just launched on Kickstarter yesterday, and it's doing well. I encourage you to go check it out, check out the different reward tiers. There's really great reward tiers for this. Not to spend too much time on the Kickstarter campaign, because I'll let the guys at Wingless and Constant Hustle and Concept Moon tell you all about that, but there's really great reward tiers where you can get caught up on all three different studios that are bringing this crossover to you. There's some really great, really well priced reward tiers, and I was surprised at how well they were priced. Anyway, Nightfall. Brian Lambert from Wingless Comics writes this first issue, and I gotta tell you, I'm a huge Brian Lambert fan. His writing is superb. It's like you're watching a movie. Some comics can be kind of laborious to read. You know, they kind of take a lot of, because they're not well written. Not so with Brian's comics. They are very well written. The dialogue is on point, and they're done far too soon for me. I consume them so fast that I'm left wanting more. And it brings particularly Justice and Prime and Avery together in this really cool way. There's a couple other heroes in there too. I'm not going to say which other ones make an appearance in issue 1, but it begins to weave their stories together in a very cool way, a way that I wasn't expecting at all. The art in Nightfall is really great. It is similar to what you would find in Marvel, DC, Image. If you're a fan of the big two, I will say you will not be disappointed in the art that's happening in Nightfall. I mean, it's better than John Romita Jr. It doesn't really take much to be better than John Romita Jr. The art in Nightfall is just like way better than John Romita Jr. Don't let the John Romita Jr. comment throw you off. I just don't like him. The world and the story that this crossover is weaving together here is really cool, really unique, and like I said before, Nightfall #1 left me wanting more. It ended too soon for me, so we got to get that issue number 2 out soon. Issue 1 sets up the storyline for the next 4 issues perfectly. Again, I can't tell you, but the way that these heroes begin to come together, the thought that was placed into how they would interact and how they would begin to come to know one another is just amazing. It's really amazing. You know, it's different than like the Marvel DC crossovers. It's different than the DC Milestone crossover that happened in the 90s. It's different than probably most crossovers you can think of, because it's just not what you expect. At least not what I expected. You may read and be like, duh, Brett. But it's not what I expected to happen. And because of that, it's even more intriguing, more captivating than I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to say this. If you're an indie fan, I think Nightfall #1 is a must-have for any indie fan, because it's setting up a really cool precedent of intricate, big production crossovers within the indie community. I know there's been other crossovers. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But this is 3 studios coming together for a 5-part crossover with all their big heroes. And the way they're doing it is so cool and so groundbreaking that I think that Nightfall #1 is a must-have for anybody's indie comic collection. I said what I said, and I meant it. Go back Nightfall #1 on Kickstarter. You can find the link in Wingless Comics profile and Constant Hustle Comics profile and Concept Moon Studios Comics profile, and various other people related to those comic book studios. You can find the link. You can search for it on Kickstarter. You will not regret it. Like I said, if you're unfamiliar with any of these studios, they have great introduction tiers at a really great price that you can get a bunch of books really cheap in digital or print to get introduced to all the great work that they're doing. Go over there, support it. Like I said, this is a must-have for any indie comics collection. It's the start of something new. It's groundbreaking. The art is fantastic. It's written so superbly well. You're going to thank me when you get this.